a legendary musician passes away, an update on the nation's deadliest wildfire in a century, and new leadership in the Oklahoma House of Representatives. This is OU Nightly. Oklahomans mourn the passing of country music legend Roy Clark. Hello, thanks for joining us for OU Nightly. I'm Madeline Roberts.
And I'm Sydney Forsee. The beloved musician and member of the Oklahoma Music Hall of Fame passed away in his home in Tulsa this morning. He was incredibly talented, but was probably best known for his role on the show Hee Haw.
Jerry, yes. You want to come with me tonight to a lecture at the auditorium?
He was the co-host of the popular show during its 24-year run. Clark played the guitar, banjo, fiddle, mandolin, harmonica, among other instruments, and was known for his hit songs like Thank God and Greyhound and Yesterday When I Was Young.
Clark was a member of the Grand Ole Opry and the Country Music Hall of Fame. His publicist says he died of pneumonia. Clark is survived by his wife of 61 years, 2 sons, and several grandchildren. A memorial is being planned in Tulsa.
A Norman woman takes on a new leadership role at the state capitol. Representative Emily Virgin was chosen to be the minority leader for the Oklahoma House of Representatives after serving as the caucus chair last session. Now, for the first time ever, women lead both of the Democrats' legislative caucuses.
And as Thanksgiving approaches, Oklahomans prepare to offer a helping hand to others. A Norman organization is already ramping up the activities. Kyle Payne takes us to a food and shelter for friends.
With Thanksgiving just a week away, Food and Shelter here in Norman is preparing for a big turnout. But it doesn't just begin on Thanksgiving, it's an operation that they work on every single day. The Food and Shelter bases their staff on volunteers and some employees, and they cook breakfast and lunch for Norman people in need. As winter rolls around, the homeless community of Norman has to find a place to get fed and get warm. Food and Shelter has provided just that for more than 30 years. And no matter what the situation is, no one gets turned away.
There are no requirements for receipt of the daily services. So we don't ask anybody any questions. They can just come in the door. If they're hungry, they can eat.
We plan for 225 to 250 meals per meal service, and we serve 2 a day. So that's about 500 people that come here to eat.
The people entering the doors deal with hardships every day, and Food and Shelter tries to say yes to everything they can.
So we provide that little bit of breathing room for people so that they can begin to change their lives. We don't try to change their lives, but then they can have enough space and enough relief of the constant pressure and constant stress that they can begin to think about changing their lives.
Because of donations and grants from across Norman, Food and Shelter is able to provide these people the help they desperately need.
But it really, this place and these programs that we're able to run truly are a feather in the cap of the Norman community. It shows people's commitment to helping everyone have a good life.
Last year, they served more than 140,000 meals, and as that number continues to rise, they are always accepting more donations. Kyle Payne, OU Nightly.
If you'd like to help Food and Shelter, there are always volunteer opportunities posted on their website. They also accept donations of food and clothing.
Food and Shelter isn't the only group gearing up for the holidays. Abby Green joins us with an organization on campus is hungry to help out for the holidays. Abby.
Here on campus, many students face the issue of hunger every day. OU's food pantry is working to help out to make sure these students get the nutrition they need for the holiday season. I'm here at the pantry with OU Graduate Director Matt Marks. Now, Matt, can you kind of tell me how the pantry hopes to help out during the holidays?
Yeah, so we give a lot of credit to OU for helping us because they helped stock our pantry. They did a fall food drive a couple of weeks ago, and we look great from where we were a couple of weeks ago. So we give a lot of credit to them as we move into the holiday season.
Now, obviously, the pantry's closed now, but what kind of turnout do y'all see on a daily basis, and what's kind of y'all's predictions for the turnout over the holidays?
I think we'll have a spike in numbers for sure, but we're averaging about 50 to 70 people a week and like 250 to 300 a month. So we're getting a lot of students and staff that are using this resource, and I expect those numbers to go up as we move towards the holidays.
And can you kind of explain to me how the pantry works and kind of what y'all's plan is for the students who are staying in town over the holidays?
Yeah, so our customers walk through the doors and we swipe their ID, and then they can choose from a wide variety of items that we have. So you see here we've got some gravy, some cranberry sauce, some mashed potatoes, good things for Thanksgiving. And then we've got a lot of different items such as syrup and pancake mix, ramen, rice, peanut butter, jelly, all kinds of items. And then we've got other items like toiletry items of soaps and shampoos and things like that. So, you know, we try to offer as much as we can for all our students and staff on this campus. Unfortunately, we will be closed for winter break, but we encourage all students and staff to come by during finals week to stock up for the holiday season.
And what are some of y'all's main goals that y'all hope to achieve for the holiday season?
The main goal is we want to help everyone we can. Every student, staff member that needs this, we want them to know we're here for them. And we're excited that we're doing what we're doing, and we want this to be the best holiday season to provide for the OU community.
Well, thank you, Matt. If you wish to help out or donate, email oupantry@ou.edu. Back to you.
Thank you, Abby. And speaking of helping out during the holidays, the OU band The Pride of Oklahoma set a record in donations of canned goods. The Cleveland County Christmas Store is collecting items for its 2018 Thanksgiving food drive. Members of the Pride used their own money, along with donations from alumni, family, and friends, to buy and donate over 9,000 cans, breaking their record from last year.
Well, Sydney, I don't know about you, but I have been pretty cold these past few days.
Me too, Madeline. And I've heard that we are expecting warmer temperatures in our near future. Jenna Warner joins us now with a little more detail on that. Jenna?
Yes, guys, so it's warmer right now than it was yesterday. So we in Norman were 24 degrees warmer than we were yesterday 24 hours ago. And they're 26 degrees warmer in Tulsa than they were at this time yesterday. So we are in a warming trend right now. This is current temperatures across the region, 65 in Norman, 64 in Tulsa. So it's pretty warm. Don't get used to that warm weather, though. We're tracking our next cold front to hit the area, as well as a game day forecast and the possibility for freezing lows ahead. So we'll have all your answers coming up. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Jenna. Still to come, more Oklahomans have fallen victim to this year's flu.
Plus, election recounts in Florida are keeping the state on its toes. Stay with us.
Welcome back. We continue to track updates on the California wildfires. Today, the cool weather allows for fire crews to continue work against the nation's deadliest wildfire in a century. The death toll has risen to 58, with 300 people unaccounted for since the flames swept through last week.
Tori King is here to tell us about the dangers of wildfire smoke inhalation. Tori?
A risk report shows that the flames aren't the only danger. As it turns out, smoke inhalation can be just as deadly. Since smoke from wildfires is made up of different gases and burning matter like trees, trash, and buildings, for example, it can make even healthy people extremely sick. Breathing in smoke can cause immediate problems such as respiratory system failure, eye irritation, headaches, chest pains, and even death. Children and elderly people are at the highest risk. If you live in areas with wildfires, cover your mouth and nose with a cloth, stay indoors with all openings shut, and close the fresh air intake on your air conditioner. And a recent update from the Oklahoma State Department of Health tells us that another person has died from the flu. This brings our state's total to 3 deaths, all of them being from northeast Oklahoma, and all of them were above the age of 65. Doctors say it's still not too late to get your flu shot. Doctors' appointments might also be taking a new turn. Recent guidelines from the U.S. Preventative Services Task Force reveal that adults could be screened for unhealthy alcohol use. Primary care doctors have been advised to begin carrying out these screenings. According to this task force, the recommended limit for men ages 21 to 64 is less than 4 drinks a day and 14 drinks per week, while for women and elderly men, it's less than 3 drinks a day and 7 drinks a week. Pregnant women should never consume alcohol during pregnancy. For those that drink more than the suggested amount, doctors will begin giving brief counseling to help reduce consumption. An outside panel of medical experts is also looking into possibly screening teens in the future. And y'all, November is actually National Lung Cancer Awareness Month. It's a great time to stop those smoking habits in order to get screened for lung cancer. So just letting y'all know that November is Lung Cancer Awareness Month.
That's good. It's good to remember the people who have passed away from that.
Absolutely.
And help prevent that happening in the future.
Definitely a good
to
time to
remember
talk to your loved ones too during the holidays if they do smoke or maybe have a chance of lung cancer. Right. Thank you, Tori. Of
course.
Thanks, Tori. And Mariah Conduff joins us in the News Center with the latest on CNN's lawsuit over Jim Acosta's press pass. Mariah?
Thanks, Madeline. The lawyers for CNN and the Trump administration are currently awaiting the initial ruling on the network's lawsuit, and they'll have to wait a little while longer. After listening to nearly 2 hours of arguments about the network's request for a temporary restraining order and preliminary injunction, Judge Timothy J. Kelly has postponed his decision to this Friday at 10 a.m. If Kelly approves CNN's request, Jim Acosta will get his press pass back. If denied, Acosta's pass will remain suspended. Speaking of President Trump facing criticism for his choice of acting attorney general, Trump took to Twitter this morning to again criticize the special counsel's investigation. The acting attorney general, Matt Whitaker, has a history of speaking out against Robert Mueller's Russia investigation. Many believe Trump's decision to appoint Whitaker was a move designed to disrupt the investigation. Trump today called Mueller's team a disgrace to our nation. And back in Florida, the election deadline for submitting recount results has come and gone, and many votes may be left uncounted. The 67 counties in Florida had to do machine recounts of more than 8 million votes casted in last week's midterm. Palm Beach County asked for an extension due to sloppy, mismatched signatures from voters. A federal judge denied the request. The recount includes votes for Senate and governor, and the official numbers are not yet in. In Madeline, according to CNN, final results for the recount should be in by November 18th.
Thank you, Mariah, and stay with us.
Jenna Warner has your forecast straight ahead.
All right, guys, take a look at that beautiful picture. We'll be talking about your forecast and what's to come in the next 7 days, all coming up on OU Nightly. Stay with us. Welcome back to OU Nightly, guys. It is a cloudless day here in Norman, and it's pretty warm out, 64 degrees, and we have a blustery southwest wind hitting us 17 miles per hour. So we do have a wind shift coming up tonight, so our southwest winds will be shifting to a north wind tonight by midnight, reaching us to 41 at midnight. So it'll be kind of chilly tonight because of that north wind bringing in some cooler air with us. Lows tonight across the state will be below normal because of that. 35 is our low here in Norman, 36 in OKC. So we do have another wind shift happening tomorrow after this. So we'll be in the north at 8 a.m. coming from the north, and our winds will be shifting from the south to end our workday. So we'll have those southerly winds heating us up in the afternoon, and we'll be reaching just average across the state here in Oklahoma, 61 as our high tomorrow, 62 in OKC. So we're talking about that cold front coming up. We're going to track that for you guys. Right now we have a few dry lines hitting us, and then this cold front coming in. So this is Saturday, late Saturday morning. So this will be hitting us before the game Saturday, and it'll be bringing in some cooler air with it. And then on Sunday we have a high pressure system situating itself over the area, so we'll be dry here for a bit. How will this cold front affect the game? So it's a late kickoff Saturday, 6:30. We'll be in the lower 40s for the game. We'll have some cloud cover around, and we have a wind coming from the northeast, 10 to 18 miles per hour, so a bit blustery too. So it'll be a chilly one out there, definitely because of that cold front. Rounding out your next 2 days, we have that wind shift tomorrow, and it'll be warm, 61 degrees is your high. And tomorrow, cold front, we have a chilly night ahead. We actually have Saturday night, we'll be hitting freezing for our low, and then we'll be hitting 26 for our low on Sunday. So it'll be pretty cold this weekend, but we'll be kind of warming up this week. And we do have a rain chance on Wednesday, so that's the day before Thanksgiving, biggest travel day of the year. So let's hope that that's all right for everyone traveling out of Will Rogers or anywhere for Thanksgiving.
Definitely people need to make sure that they are careful and leave early and ahead of time so they don't get stuck in any traffic or anything that happens with the weather.
Definitely.
That's the thing about the holiday season. I mean, it's cold outside, so it creates those bad weather conditions, but that's when people like to travel the most, so it's kind of unfortunate.
That's true.
All right, thank you so much, Jenna.
Thanks, guys.
And the Sooner football team has one game left this season on Owen Field. Cal Day joins us with more on that. Cal?
That's right, Sydney. The Sooners prepare for a senior night showdown. Plus, no Russell Westbrook, no problem, as the Thunder were in action last night. Stick around. Sports is on the other side. Welcome back. The Sooners haven't lost in the month of November since 2014, and this Saturday, they'll look to keep that stat alive. Brooke Murski joins us now as the Sooners gear up for senior night. Brooke?
Thanks, Cal. Let's hear from two Sooners about the importance of football in November and how tuned in they are for the rest of the season.
You know, it's big around here, you know, football in November. You know, that's where really the championships are won. And, you know, you got to get through November to get to where you want to be. So we take big pride of playing games in November.
You know, the standard around Oklahoma is to go as far as possible. And, you know, for us, that's obviously win a Big 12 championship and see where that puts us. And we know that. So I think that's just, you know, what keeps us humbled and, you know, keep working hard.
Senior night for OU football is this weekend, but another sport celebrated theirs last night. Cal, what happened at McCaslin?
Well, Brooke, last night the OU volleyball squad hosted the Iowa State Cyclones in their final home match of the season. It was back and forth all game, but the Cyclones swept the Sooners in 3 sets. Senior Alyssa Enneking led the Sooners with 15 kills on her senior night. The Sooners hit the road to Morgantown for their last match of the season as they take on West Virginia on Saturday. And last night, the winners of the Cy Young Award were announced. Mets pitcher Jacob deGrom won the prestigious award in the National League, receiving 29 of 30 first-place votes by the Baseball Writers Association of America. Rays pitcher Blake Snell won the award in the American League, holding off household name Justin Verlander. Both pitchers are first-time winners of this award. And over to the hardwood as the Thunder knocked off the Knicks at the Peak last night. No Russell Westbrook again, but hey, that was no problem as the Thunder jumped out to a big lead in the first quarter and dominated the rest of the game, winning comfortably 128-103. Check out those uniforms. Hey, don't look now, but the Thunder have won 9 of their past 10 games. And the Michigan Wolverines and Villanova Wildcats met on the hardwood last night at a rematch of the 2018 championship game. If you recall, the Wildcats beat the Wolverines in that game, but last night the script was flipped. The Wolverines tamed the Wildcats in a 73-46 rout, thanks in part to Charles Matthews' 19 points. Michigan remains undefeated on the season. And the Seahawks and Packers looking to keep their playoff chances alive as Week 11 of the NFL season kicks off tonight. The Seahawks are coming off a competitive loss to the Rams on Sunday. Meanwhile, the Packers knocked off the Dolphins. Last time out, the Packers held on for a 17-9 win in Week 1 of last season. Kickoff is set for 7:20 tonight in Seattle. And one guy not in action this week is Le'Veon Bell. He's ineligible after failing to show up this week, and his time with the Steelers is all but up. Some of his former teammates helped him get the jump on packing his boxes, taking some souvenirs with them, including Bell's cleats and other items from his locker room. So long, Le'Veon Bell in Pittsburgh probably. And breaking news coming in, Carmelo Anthony and the Houston Rockets are parting ways after only 10 games. So it's going to be interesting to see what the future holds for Melo.
You know, Cal, I can't really say I'm surprised. After watching him on the Thunder last season, it was clear that, you know, he's kind of lost his edge there a little bit. So the Rockets, I think, after that poor start on the season, I think they're pretty much done with him.
Probably not as good as he once was.
No, too bad for him.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cal.
Thank you.
Still to come on OU Nightly, we'll have another look at the 7-day forecast.
And a native Oklahoman wins a coveted award. Stay with us.
I'm Kelsey Hovanetz at the OU Nightly Update Desk with the latest on the funeral of Sergeant Ron Hellis, one of the 12 victims in the Thousand Oaks shooting. Hellis, a graduate of the University of Oklahoma, was the first to arrive on the scene of the shooting. His funeral, which took place today, included an emotional tribute by Billy Ray Cyrus, as well as words from the Ventura County Sheriff. Firefighters still fighting the Woolsey fire also observed a moment of silence today in honor of Hellis. That's it for now. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, family. Thank you, country music. Thank you, country music family.
You've got to love her, worldwide country music star and Oklahoma native, Carrie Underwood. She co-hosted the 52nd annual CMA Awards last night with fellow country music star Brad Paisley.
Underwood took home the Female Vocalist of the Year award, which was her 5th time winning this award. She also let slip the gender of her unborn child, and it's a boy. Well, I mean, she is 7 months pregnant, but I'm glad she finally let the reveal of the gender come out, even if it was a slip-up.
You know you're famous when the gender of your baby is making national headlines.
Exactly. Yeah. And what's your weather fact for today, Jenna?
Well, Tori was talking about this a little bit earlier, but I'll be talking about the smoke with the fires in California. So this smoke reaches out almost 500 miles across California. So obviously, very dire situation there. The smokes are reaching very far, so take some precautions when you're outside if you're out there. Looking at the 7-day forecast again, we're just looking at Thanksgiving will be pretty warm, 61 as our high for that day, so that's awesome.
Cool. Thanks, Jenna.
Thank you so much.
This has been your Thursday edition of OU Nightly.
Make sure to tune in again tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Thanks for watching.
And have a great night.